What was the last exhibition you went to?
I just was at the, I had never been to the Tate Modern in London, so I just went there a few weeks ago, which was great. And they had a pop exhibit with, they have like a ton of like Andy Warhol stuff and, what is his name now? Damn. Who's the guy that does all the, Hirsch, Daniel Hirsch,
oh,
is
yeah.
that his name? The one that puts all the taxidermied animals in weird tanks and stuff like that. I'd never seen any of his work up close. They had a cow, so it's like a real cow, taxidermy cow, like submerged in a tank of like blue water. It's weird. It's very, very strange. Both of us are, really into like art in general, and I think I have a deep respect for any art form that isn't music. I mean, I love music, but I can't draw. I certainly cannot paint. And when I go to the art galleries, in Vancouver, I'm always blown away. There's one half a block from my house, and they just had this series up, and I can't remember the artist's name, but it's all paintings done in the style of the 30s to the 50s, and it's got these like crazy hot like babe women like in like bathing suits, but like they're with their like men who are all in their like flying gear and stuff, and they're like drinking on the beach, and it's supposed to like kind of like bring back the holidaying vibe of like the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And I popped in the other day, and I just like, I went home and I looked at my guitars, and I was like, stupid guitars, because it's just like, it's incredible, like these giant paintings, like this, just the think of even doing them, and I'm always in awe of art, and it puts me in my place really quickly. Like I realize how that really feels like a skill to me. I feel like what I do is just luck, dumb luck, but I really feel like actually being able to sculpt something or paint something, it's an incredible skill.
But music can be something monumental too. I mean,
I think when you can do it though, you have a different perspective. Like, I suppose if you've never played an instrument or written a song, if I just gave you a guitar and was like, go at it, you'd probably be like, this is hard. But we've been doing it for so long, this is our 14th year of playing music, and 6 records and 11 years of touring. I mean, it's second nature to me now. So it feels like dumb luck. I just pick up a guitar and write another song, and I'm like, I did it again, But if you gave me a paintbrush and a canvas, which people do from time to time, it's like I'm 3 years old. I'm like,
So how old were you when you started to make music together?
Well, we played piano when we were little kids. We took piano lessons, and so I mean, we've definitely been musical, I guess, since we were maybe 7 or 8, but it didn't really turn into songwriting, and it didn't really turn into guitar until we were maybe 14 or 15, and then once we realized that we could write songs and play guitar, we didn't really want to play piano anymore. We were done with that. I think that was because we really associated with piano and lessons with the sort of classical side, the theory of music, and guitar was more like stand in my room and just play music, like my own original compositions, and it was much more.
It was dramatic.
Well, it was also really empowering. There wasn't, when you're playing classical music and everything is, you have to play it a certain way, there's no freedom, and you're being judged and graded, and there was something about guitar that was sort of, I didn't understand the guitar, and so it let me turn on a different part of my brain, I didn't have to think about staccato or notes or anything like that. I just played music. It was awesome.
So is this your main inspiration when you go to make music, just trying to express yourself, or?
I think definitely most of our music has come from a place of analysis. We're looking at our lives, our relationships, maybe the past relationships we've had, and turning that into, little stories or vignettes of those relationships, or and I think that we're always trying to connect with our audience, even if our audience is just the person we're writing the song for. I think as musicians we're trying to tap into this universal place of feeling and love and emotion about love, and I think that's sort of what drives us. Over the last 10 years I'm still saying the same thing I was saying back when I was a teenager. I'm just trying to find a new way to say it, a better way, a clearer way of saying it. And I think that that's ultimately what drives me, you know, to write songs, is that maybe this next song that I write, I'll finally get it. I'll finally say it exactly the way it's supposed to be said, you know.
So that's the development from your first album to your sixth now? Would you describe it like that?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's probably the easiest thing to change, you know, is the focus of your lyrics or the perspective. You know, in terms of the actual songwriting, we certainly continue to refine, like, the songwriting process, but I think you sort of always are what you are. You know, it's really difficult to try to change the core of what we do, just because it kind of is like what we do. But lyrically, I feel like that's something that we can constantly sort of change. Like, there's variables, or you know, as you get smarter and you get older and you want to say things differently, it gets much easier. But musically, that's not as easy, you know.
You live